Hi everyone, my name is Chanel, this is my daughter Aria, and today I'm going to talk about Ms. Blind Diva. If you've been in my orbit at all within the last month or so, you've probably heard about Ms. Blind Diva in some capacity. So basically at this point, this video is going to be a little bit lengthy, heads up. So it's going to be in segments. I'm going to do what is Ms. Blind Diva, then I'm going to talk about how it works, and then why I'm doing it, and last but not least, by any means, how you can support me through the process. So let's get started. What is Ms. Blind Diva? Ms. Blind Diva is an empowerment pageant for blind and low vision women that is created and hosted by Eyes Like Mine. The idea behind it is essentially that blind and low vision women are strong, powerful, fierce, and capable. However, unfortunately, there's a stigma around vision loss, and it kind of puts blind and low vision people in a box. And so this pageant was created to kind of be the great equalizer of showcasing and celebrating our capabilities as low vision individuals, but also as women. You know, that we have not lost our ability to be strong or beautiful or show up the way that we did when we could see. So that is what Ms. Blind Diva is. How it works is essentially that you know, there's an application process, and we have to create a entry video, which we will talk about more in a minute. And we are then on a campaigning process. There are two different crowns to win. There's Ms. Independence, and of course there is Ms. Blind Diva. And the Ms. Blind Diva crown is won through the actual pageant process. Now, I get asked a lot, what is a low vision pageant and what does that look like? And essentially it's the same as your traditional beauty pageant with the accommodation for blind and visually impaired contestants. So obviously we're not expected to navigate the stage 100% independently. They have someone there to act as mediary or guide if we need them. You know, we are given opportunities to practice and rehearse and kind of know what we're doing. It is a guided process for that reason. But we still have, you know, the questions and answers, and we have the talent portion and all that fun stuff, you know, the wardrobe changes, and, you know, we still have to present ourselves and speak in such a way that showcases our best assets and what we have to offer the community. So that is a big part of the process. And then for the Miss Independence one, that's what I call the people's choice, because that we are campaigning, we are networking, we are going out and we're asking for votes, which are the likes on our video. And every like absolutely does count, because we are competing. We are competing with our other contestants to get the most votes or likes, whichever you prefer to call it, so that we can win that crown. Now you're going, okay, great, you won a crown. What does that mean? Well, winning a crown means obviously bragging rights. You know, it's a title. We earned it. We worked hard for it. But it also means that we have opportunities that we didn't have before. You know, Eyes Like Mine has worked really hard to create opportunities for the title holders. So that may mean interviews. It means showing up to organizations and events and fundraisers and all these opportunities to show up in a space, be seen, be heard, the ability to advocate in spaces and in areas that maybe wouldn't normally get your voice. It also means getting to try new things and meet new people and be a bigger, louder, more present part of the community. And if you know me, that's a big part of why I would want to do this. But yeah, so essentially that's what the crowns are for, and that's how it works. Every year the pageant's just a little bit different than the last, so I'm not going to go into too much of the nitty-gritty details on the actual process and what you get out of it and what you can do, because it may be different next year, and what I'm going through this year may be different than it was last year, so I don't really want to get into that too much, and I will leave that to Eyes Like Mine. So if you're interested in Ms. Blind Diva, if you want to learn more about how to be part of Eyes Like Mine as an organization, because they do more than Ms. Blind Diva. They do a dancing competition, which is kind of like Dancing with the Stars, but for blind and low vision people, which is pretty amazing. And they have a Braille program for getting books for children out there, particularly from authors that have maybe unheard or under recognized voices, like from the minority communities. So I highly recommend you check them out. If you have a visual impairment and you want to be part of the community, you know, reach out. If you are not visually impaired, but you would like to know how to support the community or maybe become a volunteer, they accept that too. So yeah, definitely go check them out. But as far as, like I said, the details go, that's really going to be their domain. So I pass the ball to them for that. Now, as for why I'm doing it, I would say the biggest part of why I'm doing this is that when I lost my vision, it felt like the world as I knew it stopped. It was over. No more. Who I was gone. And I didn't understand really what I didn't understand at the time. I didn't understand what life without vision could look like. I had a very negative view of being totally blind. I was in a new city. I was a new mom. I was a new wife. It was all kinds of new. I was separated from my familiar surroundings, from my familiar people. And I think it's important for people to really realize that you can hit the bottom when you lose your vision, and that's okay. The important part is that you don't hang out there and stay. You know, you get back up, you move, you keep going, you move forward. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be what anybody else thinks it should look like. It doesn't have to be in big steps. You don't have to take leaps and bounds, but you do have to move. I had a really difficult time when I lost my vision because I didn't have the resources. I didn't know where to go. And when I would ask people, they didn't have answers for me. I asked doctors, they didn't have answers for me. I went to schools, they told me I wasn't young enough. And I was like, I don't need a school, I just need a number. Like, where do you send these kids after they leave? And they just didn't have an answer for me, or they wouldn't give an answer to me. I was very frustrated, and I don't want to see anyone ever left behind the way that I felt like I was. So a big part of this advocacy journey for me is to spread awareness so that understanding what it means to be blind or visually impaired, understanding what's available and what's possible for the blind and visually impaired becomes so normal that the next time someone like me loses their vision and is in a position where they need help, everyone has an answer. Or maybe they already just know the answer because it's so normal that everyone already knows. So that is my hope through this. And obviously, I can only educate one person at a time, but I believe this is a good way to start. And I think it's a fantastic way for me to celebrate how far I've come, because I really have come so far. I went from feeling like I couldn't feed myself because if someone wasn't here, I couldn't identify the food, and I didn't know how to use the stove without my vision. I couldn't do my own laundry. It was disheartening, and it felt a lot like being a toddler all over again. And now I'm able to bake and cook and work and clean and take care of my child and travel and do all the things that I did before I lost my vision. And it looks different, but it's just as independent and it's just as fulfilling as it was before. So that is a big part of why I'm doing this, and it's important to me. So I do appreciate anyone and everyone who's already supported me and plans to support me going forward. Now, with that segue, how you can support me. So obviously the biggest and the easiest way to support me is to go to my entry video and hit like. It's that simple. You can only like one time per account. If you hit like twice, you're unliking it again. So if you've done that, please go back and hit like again so that your like actually counts. Watching my video does not count as a like for me. The watch count will be looked at, but it's not going to have any bearing on my voting and my crown. So like. That's the goal. The more you share it, the better. Make sure that people understand that they need to like it. You know, I appreciate anyone who takes a second to hit share and share it on their social medias, or, you know, toss it into a text message for a friend or a family member. But, you know, even more so if you know, actively pursue people and say, hey, go to church and say, you know what, my friend or this person I know or this person I came across is doing this challenge and it would be extremely helpful to help her win. Would you be willing to hit the like button? The more you advocate for me, the more I will have a chance at winning this so that I can advocate for the entire community. So please, please, please do that. Now, because I've been asked, there are other ways to support me. I have created social media specifically to, you know, build this journey with me. So as I go through, I will be putting vlogs up that has to do with my journey experience through this pageant. So you can do that as well. My Instagram handle is at theblindmom, T capitalized, B capitalized, M capitalized. So capital T the, capital B blind, capital M mom, all one word. As you notice, that is also my handle here on YouTube. And if you are on Facebook, my Facebook page is The Blind Mom with spaces. So you can find me in any of those places. The links will also be in the description box below in case you're interested in following. I also have ways for you to reach out to me if you want to be a sponsor, or you want to collaborate, you want to give me a donation for like gift cards and things like that. You can email me at theblindmom@outlook.com, all lowercase. And then if you want to do donations for cash donations, because that's just easier for you or what you're more comfortable with, I accept Cash App and Venmo. Cash App is $ShanellMatos and Venmo is the @Chanel-Matos. Those will also be in the description box below. It's also in the description of my entry video in case you need to find it again. I also have an Amazon wish list, which I obviously don't have a quick blurb on, but that link will also be in the description box below. So I do appreciate all and any support, no matter how big or small it is. Just hitting like, that's enough. Thank you. I am so grateful for that. If you share, I'm incredibly grateful for that as well. If you decide to donate, or you want to collaborate, or you give me a shout out, I consider a sponsorship. If you have a following and you just go, hey, check out this video, that's a sponsorship to me. And I am so, so grateful for it, because I recognize that you're utilizing your network to help me, and that means something. So with that said, all of my information that I've talked about in this video will be in the description box below. And, you know, like I said, like, share, all that fun stuff. Hit subscribe, you know, if you want to see more content, see what I'm up to, follow my journey. And the final note that I will say is, if you happen to like this shirt that I'm wearing, I am a brand ambassador for it. This is Peace Life. This shirt that I'm wearing says, "We rise when we lift others." And this is a size large. Sorry, no, it's a size medium. Sorry. I'm normally a size large in women's, but they're unisex. I do want to note that their clothes, even though they're unisex, run kind of slim for men. So if you are not one of those people who likes your clothes tight, then I would definitely size up. Otherwise, it fits very, very well. So yeah, and if you would like 15% off at peacelife.com, you can get that using my code, theblindmom, all lowercase, all one word. All right, Till next time. Bye, guys.